Hey everybody, Christopher Green, AMTV Alternative Media Television. Make sure to like and share this video. I truly believe that 2020 can and will be, for many of you that embrace it, the best year of your life ever in your entire life. This year, 2020, even amidst all the challenges, all the problems, everything going on across America, a very contentious election, the virus. I really believe at the bottom of my heart, this will be, for many of you tuning in, that actually put your mind in the right place. It'll be the best year of your life. Now, that might sound outlandish and kind of strange because when you tune into other pundits all over the internet and all over social media, they're all parroting the same message of doom and gloom like a bird. Literally saying the same darn thing over and over again. Now, yes, these people are right when it comes to the real economy. The real economy is never going to come back. These jobs, if you're counting on it coming back, is never going to come back. The Federal Reserve is going to continue to bankrupt the United States of America intentionally. They're going to continue to keep rates at zero. They're going to continue to bail themselves out. The old America is never coming back. It's the new normal now. And that's the point. You're going to have to roll with it. You're going to have to be optimistic. You're going to have to reinvent yourself. Learn new skills. Be positive. Now, let me give you an example of this, a specific one. We had a storm roll in, Hurricane Laura. The mainstream media says it was going to be the worst storm we'd ever seen in American history, worse than Katrina. I was watching a clip online on Twitter from Wolf Blitzer and CNN, and they were treating it like it was the end of the world for all Texans. And if they didn't flee the coastline, immediately 30-foot waves were going to come in and absolutely destroy the entire great state. And then fireballs were going to rain down from the sky and destroy everybody's home. Well, I called one of my best friends out in Houston today and asked him how he was doing. He said he didn't even get a raindrop last night. How about them apples? Now, look, I'm not saying that Louisiana wasn't hit or there's not people affected, but the point is, what the media is telling you is a lie. It's an absolute lie. Another example, right? If you listen to the news, they tell you it's the end of the world. Everybody's sick. Everybody has the virus. The hospitals are full, they say. But when you go outside, I mean, everything's fine. The sun rose today. It was beautiful. There's a beach down there. Met with some friends earlier this morning. We had a cup of coffee. Everything's just fine. Now, the real economy is toast. That's never coming back. And we saw this in 2008 and 2009, which I actually look back on as a young man as probably being the most formative years of my life at the time. It's when I started my first business during the economic collapse. During the original round of bank bailouts, just like we've said on this channel, which would never, ever stop, ever, which they haven't. Because the point is to do just that. Bankrupt America and bankrupt Americans that are relying on the old America coming back. It's never going to come back again. And honestly, America wasn't that good in the first place either. I mean, think about this. And I love America. I love the United States, but I mean, even if we go back to normal, what would that normal look like? What, Americans going to the mall? I mean, that would be like the only change that I see. Maybe a couple more restaurants opening up. People like George Carlin always used to complain about, they pave over beautiful parts of nature with concrete, put a freaking shopping mall on top of it, and Americans just go wild and love it. I mean, it wasn't that good before. It was superficial. It was an illusion. It was a lie. It was keeping up with the Joneses. And it was also suppression by the people actually in charge. Another example of this is an entrepreneur. People have always asked me over the last decade or so, like, Christopher, do you ever get nervous being an entrepreneur? You know, running your own schedule, handling employees, making payroll, you know, being in charge of your own ship. Like, what happens if something goes wrong? And I would always fire back at him, well, what happens if you get fired by your boss? You actually have less control. You see, the truth is, what I'm trying to get boiled down to today is that this whole scam that you've been sold your entire life is just that. It's a lie. It's an illusion. For example, they say if you go to college, that'll guarantee you a job. And then you'll make money. And then you'll get a white picket fence, right? And then you'll have a couple kids, couple cars in your driveway, and then you'll die. And then someday, if you don't live your life now and you save for the future, you'll be able to live somehow your retirement dreams when you're too old, sick, or dying to actually enjoy them, which is the truth for most Americans. I mean, take a look at it now. Millions and millions and millions and millions of Americans unemployed, furloughed, income going this way. We look at American cities. We look at various states like Wisconsin on fire. Again, what you're getting from the mainstream media in actual reality is actually quite different and diametrically opposed to the messaging they're giving you. Also, many of the social media pundits are all getting their information from the same sources. So they have nothing new to say. They have no unique ideas, and they're all parroting, again, the same message of doom. Now, I actually think this is very interesting. And again, I'm not saying things aren't going to get bad in the real economy. They will. They're never coming back. Inflation is here to stay. The jobs ain't coming back. Ever. I agree with that. But what people are missing is when everybody is on the same side of the fence, when everybody is expecting the same doom and gloom, when everybody is parroting the same message, I've got a news flash for you, those people are wrong. The herd is always wrong. 2020, amidst all of its problems and challenges, is actually your greatest opportunity that you've ever had in your entire life to truly wake up and see the light, so to speak, of what actually matters in your life. And focus your attention on what you actually want to achieve, not what you don't want, like lack of a job or lack of money or problems with family. I mean, you know the story. There's been more suicides than there have been people that have died of the virus. There's been more people that haven't gotten proper cancer treatment as a result of the hospitals pretty much being closed unless you have the virus. Those people have suffered more than the people allegedly with the virus. We know all that. But you can't focus on what you don't want. You have to focus your attention on what you can control. You know, I look at my brother, for example. He's been battling cancer over the last year and a half. He wouldn't be alive if he was focused on the loss of his leg and his right hip in the multiple rounds of chemo. If he was focused on the negative, he wouldn't even be alive. You see, my brother focuses on the positive, what he can't control, which is walking again. In fact, just yesterday, he sent me a brand new video. He's got his robot leg out. He's walking down the hallway, relearning how to walk all over again, planning on living an even better life than he had before. You know, if you're ever feeling down or sorry for yourself, I'll send you a video of my brother just kicking ass with half of his body. More optimistic than everybody I know and achieving great things through the power of his faith, God, and then setting his fixated attention on what he actually wants to achieve, what he cares about, like his wife and his child, and serving others. So what are you doing tuning in? You know, I teach this at my schools at BitcoinRich.com. I don't understand why not all of you are enrolled. I mean, every single day we're learning new skills. How to create cash flow, how to start new businesses, how to create income. We're looking at brand new technologies shaping and changing the entire world. In fact, if you click the link below, there's a promo. We're closing the end of the month. Closing. You'll get an immediate savings, and you'll get into that. I mean, why would you not do that? I have no idea why you would not take that risk on yourself, because this is never coming back. The jobs are never coming back. America, they've said, this is the new normal. Will never return to what it once was. The division that we see politically, the problems with the economy, the inflation that Jerome Powell says that he wants to engineer now. I mean, they've just given up on the dollar. The dollar is going to continue to collapse. It's going to put a bullish bid on new technologies like blockchain. It's, in my opinion, not financial advice, going to continue to make people super, super rich. For those of you that start new businesses in this environment, take advantage of the opportunities you're actually presented with and stop focusing on the negatives. It'll be the best year of your life. Because in reality, the physical reality has not changed at all. I mean, again, like nothing's changed. Nothing's changed at all. Only the media messaging and really the shattering of the illusion of the world that they used once to control you. Let me give you an example. Being an entrepreneur or someone who's just learning something new, or maybe you're creating new income on the side, like at BitcoinRich.com. My students and I do this every single day. We have tens of thousands of students around the world. You're actually taking charge of your own destiny. You're not relying on somebody else. I mean, even if you have a good job, if you figure out new ways, let's say to make money or to expand your mind and your knowledge base or to try new things, you're actually in charge. You see, everybody that's dependent on the government for that next handout, or they're dependent on the media to tell them when it's safe to go outside, well, it'll never be safe, according to them. There'll never be a right time. Again, people, I think this is important for me to say this, are far too negative right now and are expecting, I think the majority of people are expecting the worst, but they're not focusing on making anything better. Like, again, understand what I'm saying here. I'm not saying things aren't going to be bad. I'm not saying things aren't bad now. I'm just saying, who even cares anymore? Start building the future in the world that you want. Don't have a girlfriend? Go find one. Ask one out. She says no, go find another one. Ask another one out until somebody says yes. Don't have any money? Make some. Want a better life? Create it. Right? You've got to take massive mental and then physical action. It starts with the footprint and the imprint of your thoughts, what you're thinking about, what you want to achieve. You've got to see it. You know, half the battle to success is actually showing up. Most Americans can't even do that. Again, a lot of people, not everybody, are more complacent now that they're getting a handout of like $300 a week. A lot of people don't even want to go back to work. They don't even care. They would rather sit on their butt and do nothing, honestly. Well, things are going to get worse for those people that fail to adapt and fail to change. Do you understand what my message is today? Everybody's parroting the same message of negativity. There's no new information, by the way. We already know everything. We know what's happened. We know what the agenda is. We know what's already happened to the real economy. We know that that's going to get worse. So why even focus on it anymore? Again, ask yourself this. What's changed with your personal physical reality in the last several months since the beginning of this year? Outside of the media telling you it's the end of the world. And they need rapid fire testing, and the world's coming to an end, and Texas is going to drown in a pit of a flood. And then didn't even get a raindrop yesterday, according to my friend out in Houston, which was supposed to be the affected area. What in your life has physically changed outside of what they're telling you through your cell phone, or through your television, or through Netflix, or through the mainstream media? Even the pockets of problems, like we're seeing in Wisconsin right now, that's not happening in every single American city. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, is your suburb on fire right now? Mine's not. I see pockets of it in certain places. Yes, that could get worse. But again, that's what the media is fixating their attention on for a reason. The division with the Republicans and the Democrats fixated on that for a reason. To deliver their solution to the problem that they created. To garner the reaction that's needed and the divisiveness amongst the American people to control them. Again, this is about suppression. Notice, for example, of your mind. Notice that those actually in charge, those that are a part of running our major technology companies in the States, their lives are actually improving. They've gotten better. They're making more money. Their businesses are acquiring other companies. There's been a higher aggregation and concentration of wealth at the top. Things are fine. They're benefiting. Why shouldn't you? Again, if you're not changing and understanding that this entire economy, this entire system that you were sold was a lie, and then you don't start making changes around that to create your own new reality and build the actual world that you want to build, then you're just the problem yourself. You're a part of it. And you're not offering anything of real value to yourself, your friends, your family, or this world. And you're not helping anything. So I remain very optimistic that 2020, although challenging, although the real economy sucks and will get worse, although the dollar is collapsing and will go to zero, And although I'm expecting inflation and hyperinflation and more problems in the streets of America, I truly believe for those of you learning new skills, focused on the positive, like my brother Cody, or you tuning in, or my students at bitcoinrich.com, which is why you should join. Why wouldn't you? Your life will get better monumentally in 2020. You will look back on it, like I do, 2008-09, as really the best time of my life, my greatest opportunity in the formation years of all the businesses, all the travel, all the exciting things that we've done, the interviews, the conferences, everything, this whole journey of the last 10 years all started from that. A problem, just like 2020, is a problem for many of you tuning in. What I'm suggesting is fix that problem. Start with yourself. I want to see you at school. There couldn't be a more perfect time to learn about blockchain technology at bitcoinrich.com. Click the link below. Enter the promo code CLOSING. We're closing that promo by the end of the month. It was going to be like Friday, I think, of this week. So Friday at midnight, it's done. It's your last chance. Why would you not learn something new? Again, it's like learning about the internet and the .coms. This is like getting started with e-commerce before Amazon. I did a report yesterday. China, they're already on the blockchain. The Federal Reserve here in the United States, they are experimenting with various blockchains right now. Consensus algorithms. It's building the new decentralized web of finance. If you don't know about this stuff now, you're not learning about it, you're not engaging in it, you're going to get left behind, honestly. This will apply to every single one of your lives. In addition to that, again, it's not financial advice, no guarantee of anything in life. There isn't. When you go to college, there's no guarantee you're going to get a job. But if you take information, and that's key, and you have a roadmap and a blueprint, more importantly, a mindset for success, achievement is honestly just a byproduct of your actions that you're taking, of which you control. And that's the only thing you actually do control. Just like my brother chooses to live and walk. And you can choose to be negative, to focus on the problems, to focus on things not going back to normal. You can focus on the hysteria of the media, the division of this political infrastructure, or you can just simply make your own life better. And then through that, change not just yourself, everybody you love, your friends, and then help us truly build something better. Again, our primary focus, and honestly, my primary focus isn't to make money, although that's a really cool byproduct of learning new skills and starting businesses and learning how to trade and learning about blockchain and all those kinds of things. The primary message is to build something better. Because at the end of the day, the greatest risk is doing nothing, not changing, not learning, and more importantly, not betting on yourself. You know, probably one of the best pieces of advice that my father, I believe, gave me growing up was always go all in on yourself. Always bet on yourself. You know, have your faith in God and our King above, but bet on you. Bet that things are going to get better. Let me help you at school. I want to see you there. BitcoinRich.com. Promo ending Friday at midnight. Closing. Enter closing. There's a little button. You hit it. You hit the little promo. You get in. I'll teach you everything that I know. I'll teach you how to generate cash flows. I'll teach you about brand new tech. I'll teach you. I just released a brand new 1000x potential technology that none of you have probably ever heard about unless you're at my school and enrolled. Read our testimonials. Put your testimonial in the box below if you're one of my tens of thousands of students around the world. Let people know about your success points. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll respond. Again, put your mind at attention. Realize the majority, the herd, is always wrong. And they're all parroting the same message of negativity and endless doom. I mean, take it from a guy who, again, I've been saying for the last 10 years that this was going to happen. Well, it's happened now. Now is the time. I'm telling you, you've got to shift your focus now. Now's the time to build. It's not going to come back. ever. The dollar, it's done. They're going to move to a new currency. Inflation is here to stay. This is what Jerome Powell said today. It's obvious. Build your life. Take your life back. Stop allowing these people to steal your freedom, your happiness, and your hope. And do something positive with us. It's BitcoinRich.com. Want to see you at school. God bless. Hard hitting in your face. Jesus Christ is our King. I'll see you there.